Hi everyone and welcome to this week. Rocket cannot decide. Ooh, can you? You've got wet feet. You can't decide whether he wants to be in or out, and he doesn't like it because the door's closed. It's just a bit too chilly and wet to have the door open this morning. And so he can't settle. It's really funny. Just adjusting, I suppose, to having to have the doors shut in the house as well as up here. I'm really pleased to be in the flow with this Eardley-esque period that I'm in. So in here I'm just putting down, I've been using, this is a golden ultramarine blue. I'm enjoying mixing that, greying it, putting white to it. It's pretty neat in some areas on here, and going in really quite thickly with the paint. So light green, that's a sap green, and just trying not to think too much. I've got a sense of where I am. The photographs that I always am drawn to take, wherever we are landscape, fields, grasses, verges, fences, fence line. I have a thing for a fence line with that tangle, with the tangle of the plants, the wild plants, the grass, the little flowers, sort of trying to find the light. I've got a bit of stick. Walking at the moment, there are lots of sort of seed heads. The fluffy ones that have half blown. They're starting to come away from the plants. I like that. I need to go back in the park. We were there yesterday. I need to, and I didn't have the camera, which was very silly. I'm going to put some titanium, not titanium, buff titanium into this white. Remember that if you're going to pull through, your paint needs to be pretty wet. Just looking at that landscape I've got over the back wall. And I don't want to lose that excess paint. So I'm just going to press that in. Oh, that's quite nice. And if I find a shape I quite like, I quite love that. Let's just bring it over here. I quite enjoy having a bit of a repeat. So when it's at a stage where it makes absolutely no sense, don't give up with it. Don't stop. Stop and let it dry and then come back to it. Sometimes you just can't make sense of what you've done in the moment, and I'm learning to just leave that. I will put that to one side. I'll let that dry and I'll bring in something else. You can see I've been working, this is all dry now, working more in here, and I'm still not there with that. So, but I think it will come. I think it's something to do with this yellow that I could take buff titanium. I'm just going to squeeze some of that onto a palette knife. Let's just do just do that because could that be black or brown, those marks, or green, or could they be grey? I'm wondering at this stage whether I could bring in maybe these. Maybe I'll work on those two and see if I can shrink this down. So while I'm letting that just dry off a bit, I'm back up here. So up here now I've got too much chaos and I need to calm it down somewhat. I might go back in there with I'm trying to get close to some really, I love these little moorhen birds. No geese at the minute, down near the lake. But the boat's away yet. Morning everyone. Well, after yesterday's gloomy park walk with those grey skies and drizzle, we've been rewarded today with some sunshine and a warmer, much warmer temperature. The creeping thistle, it was not looking its best after we'd had rain and wind, but when it's dry, it's something about all that light fluffiness. That's what inspired me to try and put into the paintings something of that gentle, floaty nature. When we were in Devon in June, down near Combe Martin, we had a cottage on a farm, and I took photographs of the grasses. I was going back through photographs, and I suddenly remembered there were hens. I've got a lovely new concertina, and I've just started up a little bit of bird work. I've used mostly in here a little bit of ink pen, watercolours, the beautiful Caran d'Ache watercolour pencils. I've just enjoyed making a start. Also, I've got the thought, I keep looking at these and thinking one of my absolute favourite fairy tale, moral tales from childhood was Henny Penny and the sky is falling in. So she ran around and told Ducky Lucky and Goosey Lucy and the sky was falling in because an acorn fell on her head and they had to go and tell the king. I'm telling you this as if you don't know. I'm sure you all know that story. Well, the moral is that they all believed Henny Penny, that the sky was falling in because of the acorn. And on the way to tell the king, Foxy Loxy lured them underground, and I think it was underground, and obviously gobbled them all up. So the moral, don't believe everything you hear unless you know it firsthand. That's my interpretation. And then also, because at the moment, I don't know if you've all noticed, in the UK, I have never, ever, ever seen so many acorns on the ground. Rocket was poorly for a few days. They're toxic to dogs, but he ate a couple before we could stop him. Obviously, we tried to stop him. And somebody has told us that it's a bumper season because the trees suffered with so much heat that their reaction is they want to release as much seed as they possibly can because they're struggling. So it's a survival tactic for the tree. It's incredible to me what happens when the sun shines. When I came in this morning, I thought, oh, they're looking a bit dull. With this lovely sun, the light makes all the difference. So I've worked a little bit, just repeating the same process really. It's just layer upon layer. I put down, I'm doubting it will show on camera, but to fix this, in case I made additions and didn't like it and I wanted to wipe it back, I fixed this with a matte medium. I'll drop in the calm scene before I attacked it with all that colour. And I think there's merit in both, but I suppose the question is, what do I want hanging on my wall? I wonder if that's a reflection on personality. I can be very calm, but I'm excitable, so that resonates. That's the word. That's the word. So there's a theme, there's a colour. I think the colour's tie. I couldn't be happier to just leave it here for today. I'm trying to sum up be brave to approach these. I'm umming and ahhing. Shall I leave them? Shan't I? Maybe the answer then is to put a matte medium or a gloss medium over it, so that if I work on top and I absolutely hate it, I can just take it off and come back to this. But if I'm questioning, shall I, shan't I, that usually means have a go. So I will. I think I've got to have a go. The photograph, so if we say, is a bit blurred. Like government here, I'm having another reshuffle. It's been a very good painty day. I wanted to set and get this table clear for my chicken book for Henny Penny. So I'll grab Henny Penny. I've been rummaging around things that were started and never finished. I'll put all the chicken material in the tray with the relevant bits of collage that I think might work. So yeah, let's get going on some concertina chicken. I'll get some better glue, work on some collage and see how far I can get for next week, as well as carrying on with what we've got going down there. The timber has arrived for those interior paintings, so I might be able to show you those framed up next week. So lots of things going on. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you for the fantastic comments. Knitting is an art and knitting is fantastic. I'm halfway through the blue brushed Aran triangle. Oh my word, I haven't got her name, but somebody said that she's doing I've never heard of a half, I think it's a half and half triangle shawl. So maybe I'll scale up, I don't know. Things to think about. Have a great week and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.